A dying teen has won a historic right to have her body cryogenically frozen after her death, as she believes there is a potential that her illness could be cured in the future. She believes that this decision could give her hope and a shot at life. I'm Sasha Wood, here to tell you about this landmark case on IO. The 14-year-old in question, whose identity has been withheld, stated the following: "I want to live and live longer, and I think that in the future they may find a cure for my cancer and wake me up. Being cryogenically preserved gives me a chance to be cured and woken up, even in hundreds of years' time." High Court Judge Peter Jackson was moved by her words and ruled in her favor. Her parents were initially divided about the whole affair, with her mother being supportive while her father was initially reluctant, but he began to come around more and more as his daughter's cancer progressed. The teen has opted for the most basic preservation option, costing $46,000. The ruling reads that only her mother may dispose of her remains, given her parents' separated status and her father's initial reluctance. While this may be a landmark case that has filled this young woman with hope, the medical community has its fair share of critics, as cryostasis is still an unproven technique. While this practice has been around for a long time, but it still has a long way to go. Brian Fuller of the University College London feels that while the technology to preserve cells at ultra-low temperature is promising, it cannot be applied to large structures such as a human kidney, yet alone a whole body. At the moment, we have no objective evidence that a whole human body can survive cryopreservation with cells which will function after rearming. While this ruling was made in October, the judge decreed that there would be no media coverage while the girl was still alive due to her own requests for privacy. Judge Jackson feels this case is a hallmark of the intersection between science and our daily lives. However, is the ruling a good one if the science behind it is still so unsound? Or in a case like this, does peace of mind matter more than the potential outcome of the decision? Jackson states he based the ruling on finding a way to resolve the dispute between the parents rather than the validity of cryonics as a regenerative tool, since this was a family court case, so that makes sense. Cryopreservation is a developing science, particularly since the chemicals used to arrest cell decay when the body is frozen often prove to be inherently toxic over time. At this time, the default assumption is as follows: cryopreservation alters or compromises the structure and function of the cells, unless otherwise proven. So while the appeal of just being able to wake up in a new world where all the problems of the present have been solved will live on, it's still a ways off. No being a pizza delivery boy in the 30th century yet, I fear. There are many techniques in practice currently, such as a slow programmable freezing, or another is vitrification. The first involves a controlled rate of freezing before the introduction of liquid nitrogen. This is an attempt to better preserve cells for thawing before they are even frozen, while the latter technique is more concerned with eliminating damage caused by ice crystal formation. And this technique, as of 2000, scientists have claimed has made some significant strides forward. This method tends to involve more cryoprotectants to be added to the body before cooling, which creates an antifreeze effect, which increases the viscosity of the liquid. So instead of forming crystals, the material should instead begin to form a thick solution of amorphous ice. These both sound like fascinating processes, but neither sound exactly like you'd come out wholly unscathed. And this is just scratching the surface. Despite all this, cryogenic freezing is chosen by some as a burial choice over being interred in the ground or cremated. This is offered by organizations such as the Cryonics Institute. As of 2016, the institute included 138 preserved bodies. They allow for storage of whole bodies only and do not dabble in simply saving the heads, which is known as neuropreservation. Their basic contract of $35,000 does not include standby or transport, which, if I was going to go through all of this, is something I would definitely want. You can check out their website to see their methods if you're interested. They do have some interesting combo techniques. What do you guys think of this judge's ruling, or of cryopreservation in general? Share your thoughts down below. Speaking of, let's respond to some. Sammy G101XOXO asked, "What's your guys' favorite color? By the way, I love you so much." Pretty sure that I love you was for Charles and Charlotte, who were in this video, and I can say that they definitely appreciate hearing that, so thank you so much on their behalf. As for color, well, for me, I have to say red, obviously, but also green, which is a true sadness of my life since we film on a green screen, so I don't have much green anymore. Struggles. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for even more interesting stories.